What's up, everybody? It's your favorite great comic turned terrible movies favorite nerd. Today we are looking at Mezco 112 Old Man Logan. This is on loan to me from Baltimore, Brandon. Let me go ahead and get this right out of the way. I hate Logan the movie. I hate it. I think it is the most blatant display of a production team being creatively bankrupt. There's literally like 6 X-Men villains that are basically Wolverine. And what did they do? They had him fight Wolverine. I know a lot of people like that movie. I think it's really bad. So I just want to get that out of the way. But I love the comic. And no, I was never expecting for the movie to be a translation of the comic. I know Fox doesn't have access to a lot of those characters that made that book what it was, but I just want to go on record saying I do love the comic a lot. After all, it was written by It's a Nerd Rage joke for those that know. But this is on loan to me. I want to take a look at it. In typical Mezco fashion, it comes with a ton of accessories, so let's get started. He comes with this typical Mezco stand. Once again, it's extremely nice with the brown and gold paint job on the base of it, and then the black accents. And then we have the arm, which swivels, hinges, swivels, and clamps. He comes with a trench coat or duster. It's like that kind of faux leather material, and it has like almost a denim look on the inside. Looks nice enough. We will try it out on him at some point and see how it works. But looks the part. And then he comes with his Clint Eastwood cowboy hat, which is pretty cool. It's brown, it's sculpted well, it has a light dry brushing of a like taupe over top, and then it has the band across this painted black, and then the little details painted like white and gold. Looks very good. Then it comes with the Hulk and the kind of baby Bjorn, for lack of a better term, to carry him in, which is the most awesome accessory in this set, in my opinion. The backpack itself is brown with a heavy lighter brown dry brush across, and then the gold accents added, and the sculpt is on the money. As for Baby Hulk, you know, it's money. It's on the money. The face is sculpted well, the pacifier's in, the purple blanket looks like it has a wash on it. The eyes are painted extremely well. The hair has dry brushed and highlighted. This is all sculpted extremely well, and then obviously it does fit inside the backpack and is pretty awesome. And then he comes with 4 hands in addition to the 2 fist hands we saw in the opening footage. 1 holding hand with nothing to hold, 1 relaxed hand or posing hand, and then 2 clawed hands. The claw hands, these are plastic. They do have a little bit of give to them, but they will hold their shape, which is nice, and then they're painted silver. They're pretty clean. And then as for the figure himself, the face sculpt, once again, is on the money. Once again, I love their sculpt work. I love their paint work pretty much across the board. The hair is painted gray and then dry brush with a lighter gray. The face has their typical kind of wash applied over top, and then the eyes are painted extremely well, and the eyebrows have the same detailings as the facial hair and head hair, so to speak. It's a double ball peg from the head into the neck, as you can see there. The range isn't great due to kind of the cuts, but you can get up to there, down to there, and then there's an additional ball joint, it feels like, from the neck into the chest. So using both, you should be able to get him where you need him to be. No problems. We have this soft goods shirt, which looks a little baggy in the arms, and then kind of like more appropriate in the torso. And then his pants look very high to me, but maybe that's a subjective thing. We have a disc hinge from the shoulder into the chest. Using the ball peg that goes into the chest, you can get the shoulders a little bit in front of them and a good bit back. You have a bicep swivel. The arm can get up. It's a tight joint to at least 90 degrees and around pretty much all the way. The soft goods don't kind of hinder that at all, which is nice. Double jointed elbow gets you a great range, and then we have a ball hinge for a wrist that gets you front and back, or you can swivel it and then swivel the wrist and get up, down, no problems. And then we have the arm hair that's added with the black paint, and looks good enough. We have what feels like a double ball peg from the chest into the abdomen, and then a single from the abdomen into the pelvis. Using both, you can get him fairly well over, fairly well back, little teapot, waist swivel, etc. So that all works. For the pants, we have this belt buckle, which looks great. Most of their sculpted stuff looks great. And so the belt doesn't go through actual belt loops. These belt loops are sculpted onto the belt, and then the belt, I believe, is glued onto the pants. It works well enough. I'm not sure if it's glued or maybe glued right there. It works well enough. It's not, and actually it goes through a belt loop. It goes through a real proper belt loop on this side and this side. And that's what keeps it in place, I suppose. It works well enough. T-jointed ball joints for hips get you out to there. Makes his pants look even taller, but it does work extremely well. And forward and back to there. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knee. The soft goods don't hinder at all. And then we have the boots, which are extremely well sculpted and painted, his cowboy boots. They're, the heels, it look like, are dry brushed. The whole boot might be dry brushed. The whole boot is also washed, and it's sculpted to the nines. You get an ankle tilt up to there, down to there on what feels like a double ball peg to me. And then you get a swivel as well, and a rocker that's not the best, but you do get a stand, so that should help him with any sort of elaborate pose. From the back, same thing. Pants look a little tall. Shirt looks a little baggy in the arms, a little, you know, and a more appropriate in the kind of midsection. And that's kind of my big issue with this guy. Everything else works fairly well. Final thoughts wise, it, like, with the duster on, it is pretty awesome. I think if you're a huge fan of this book, you're gonna forgive all the shortcomings, but I have to talk about them. One of which is how baggy the t-shirt kind of looks in the arms and then tight around the torso. The other thing being how tall the pants seem on his body, but when you have the duster on, it doesn't really bother you. At least it doesn't bother me. The duster itself is cool. It works really well. It still allows for articulation and all that jazz. As you can see, you can still get the arm up fairly, you know, out to the side, no issue. So that's pretty cool, but it is kind of a pain to get it to sit the way you want it to sit naturally, to have that weight, which is something we always kind of talk about with soft goods, especially in the 1/12 department. And those are really my only kind of issues with this guy. Everything else is pretty much good to go. But the sculpt is great. The accessories are absolutely fantastic. The display is very strong, has a strong presence. The materials are good. I have my issues with the soft goods, but they don't really impinge on articulation. It's a solid unit. You know, it's just his pants are so high. Why are they so high? Come on, you gotta relax. Let your hair down a little bit, Logan. You gotta be comfortable, man. It's making me uncomfortable looking at it. But I think that if you love the book, or if you love Wolverine, I think that if you get this, you'll be more than happy. I mean, you can come up with a number of different poses or display options that really make it worthwhile. I mean, that's a very strong looking Wolverine right there. It's a solid unit, Mac. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.